Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Slasher Club, and this is our horror movie reviews, where there's no measure when it comes to terror and entertainment. Tonight, we are visiting a parallel universe. We are in the second timeline of Halloween, where, strangely, Laurie Strode is alive.
So the way that we do the Slasher Club here is that Slasher Dude gives us an awesome intro. I go over the agenda for the video, and then I go into the synopsis. Following the synopsis, Slasher Dude will provide us with some interesting production facts. I will then provide the Slasher stats. We will go into some further facts, and then a final discussion, and we usually end with, before we give our final words, a rating for the film.
But tonight we have a very special thing that we're going to start with before the synopsis. A huge silence for Gary Kurtz, the original producer for Star Wars 4 and 5 and American Graffiti and The Dark Crystal. Without him, we would not have any of these great movies. So, we'll take a short moment of silence for the man that helped create the Force. And on to the synopsis.
Yes, so Halloween H20 begins on October 29th of 1998 in Langdon, Illinois, where we follow a very familiar face, Nurse Marion Chambers, who is now Marion Whittington. We last saw her in Halloween 2. She was providing information to Dr. Loomis. Well, when we find her, her house has been broken into, and her files are missing. In particular, her file on Laurie Strode. There is some really interesting kills, the way that the whole opening scene is set up. Long story short, Michael Myers now has the file on Laurie Strode and her whereabouts, although she's no longer going by the name of Laurie Strode. Is it Katie Tate?
Carrie Tate.
What's the first name?
Carrie
Tate. But she is now a teacher at a private school where she, is teaching with, and here's another shocker, she now has a 17-year-old son named John. We don't really find out anything about who the father is, except that he basically skipped, he's a deadbeat dad. And this takes place in Summer Glen, California, so we have a change of location. Most of the Halloween films, I believe all the Halloween films, have taken place in Haddonfield, Illinois up until this time. But yeah, it's essentially Laurie Strode trying to put the events of the original Halloween 1 and 2 in the past, and we also follow her son John, and of course Michael Myers is his usual self, trying to kill every last member of his family.
Right. On to the cast. We have director Stephen Miner. We have producer Paul Freeman. Screenplay by Robert Zappia and Matt Greenberg. Story by Robert Zappia. Music by John Oatman. And cinematography by Daring Okada. We have 4946 Melrose Hill Street, Los Angeles, which is Marion Chambers' house. We have 4940 Melrose Hill Street, Los Angeles, California, which is Jimmy Howell's house. 925 Las Verges Road, Calabasa, California, which is the Malibu Creek State Park, also known as the rest stop. We have the Main Street La Puente, California, which is downtown Summer Glen, Browns Canyon Road, Chatsworth, California, which is Hillcrest Academy, entrance. We have North American Cut-Off Road, which is Canaga Park, California, which is also known as where Laurie Strode supposedly kills Michael Myers. We have Jamie Lee Curtis back as Laurie Strode, also known as Carrie Tate. Chris Durand as Michael Myers. So the curse continues. We have Michelle Williams as Molly Cartwell. Josh Hartnett as John Tate. We have Jody Lynn O'Keefe as Sarah Wainfrapp. Adam Arkin as William Brennan. LL Cool J as Ronald Ronnie Jones. And onto the slasher stats.
Yeah, so we go back to single digits with the number of kills. But starting from the top, we have 2 people stabbed, 2 throats slit, 1 ice skate embedded in the face. This is an off-screen kill. 1 person with their leg mangled and then stabbed. And lastly, 1 decapitation for a total of 7 kills.
Right. And on to... Oh, wait. Have you noticed we're missing something in this movie?
What are we missing? I know we are, but my Alzheimer's is kicking in. What's...
The dog.
No dead dog.
Yeah, amazingly. I guess new timeline, new concept of animal dying. I mean, what I mean to say is, there is no animal in this timeline, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Smell that fresh air. That new movie smell. Favorite kills. False Michael Myers gets beheaded. I just had to put this in the leading of my favorites. I mean, I would have put Howell getting the ice skate to his face. What about you? Favorite kill?
For me, the opening scene was the best, some of the best stuff. It's really sad to see Marion Chambers, a legacy character, get killed off. Really horrible. It'll be interesting to see. Do you know if the actress is still alive? The actress that played Marion Chambers?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up later on.
Because it'd be interesting, since the new Halloween movie's coming out, it reset, it's a new timeline. It'd be interesting if she's still alive in the new film. But anyways, my favorite kills, I just like the whole opening. So all 3 of the kills, the nurse fighting the kid with the ice skate in his face, her basically, it was all a trap. You think he's going to kill her in her own house, but it's all a diversion to get everybody to the neighbor's house, because then the cops are checking her house, and she's being, brutalized by Michael Myers, and then he eventually slits her throat.
Right. Very smart, Michael. We have least favorite kill, which is, for me, I had to put this. I'm sorry, again, I said it wasn't that good because it was an off-screen, and yes, it was brutal, but it just didn't do it for me. It was Jimmy dies by ice skate. I mean, at least it would have been in my top 3 if we actually got to see the kill be performed. Instead, we just have Marion Tate turn around, see him in the chair, and that's it. We just look at him in the chair, rocking back and forth. It again, to me, it felt lackluster.
I hear you. I mean, I think your rule is off-screen kills are always bad, right?
Not really. I mean, there are some good off-screen kills, but this one, it missed a huge opportunity.
Oh, I thought the kills were fairly decent. Again, I felt the most well-crafted, structured kills were in the opening. Later on in the film, not so much, but that's just me.
I can see where you're coming from, but on to the facts. We have a budget of $17 million, a box office of $85 million. This, thank God, no offense, I do like part 4, the 4th movie and the 5th movie, but it completely forgets them. It goes for a huge clean slate, and we don't have to worry about getting the... I mean, this literally took out the bad taste of the 6th movie.
I like part 6, though.
Oh, yeah, right, you're that person. The original title was actually supposed to be Halloween 7, The Revenge of Laurie Strode. Oh, God. That would have been a terrible title to see. No offense, guys, but thank you for going for H20 20 years later. Just...
Blood is thicker than water.
Oh, God, that would have been even worse. Halloween. Blood is thicker than water.
No, you use it not as the subtitle of the film, but like as one of the taglines. You always have that on like the front of the movie. The title, and then somewhere at the bottom, like the night he came home is the tagline for the original Halloween.
Right. Oh, now I get it. That would actually be pretty good, but we actually have a huge hand from a very well-known director that we have mentioned before on this show or channel. I believe you know him very well. It is Kevin Williamson of the Scream series.
See?
He helped out a lot with this movie. He actually helped out with the score. He helped out with the story. He helped improve the idea. I mean, we all know they wanted to do for like part 3 or 4. No, wait, it was part 2. They wanted to go further into the future and show Laurie in a apartment building just waiting for Michael Myers. But they actually brought that into this. They changed the whole waiting for Michael Myers thing. They saved that for the 2008, which I cannot wait to see. But here, they do go forward in time, 20 years to be exact, and it's a huge improvement on what would have been, I'm pretty sure, if they went for the whole high-rise apartment idea.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see, like, high-rise building, and then let's say, through either some natural disaster or something that Michael Myers, did by his own hand, people are trapped in the building, kind of almost like a Halloween meets Die Hard.
Oh, Laurie's boyfriend, guys, like the nurse in Halloween 2, if you noticed that. Instead of the scalpel death, we get Michael Myers using his famed butcher knife to literally pick up, I can't remember his name, but picks him up by the back and lifts him. Just huge callback to the second movie. We also have Scream 2 in... What?
I was saying, yeah, this film did a good job of connecting itself to the older films.
Right. As I was saying, we have Scream 2 in the background while the two girls are discussing what they're going to do, talking about that whole date rape to the teacher, the counselor. Just, they allowed that in this movie? You're a counselor. You're not going to take that as, is there something wrong with these girls? Should I be doing something? Also, if you notice, we technically have a scene reminiscent of Friday the 13th, Part 4, the corkscrew scene. What's his, best friend of of Laurie's son decides to go find the corkscrew for the bottle of wine they bought the day before, in the same day, and just, we see after he sticks his hand in the garbage disposal and picks up the corkscrew, we see Michael Myers behind him. They're talking, and then later on, we actually get to see the outcome of that whole thing, and it makes me reminisce so much about, hey Ted, where's the corkscrew?
Yeah.
I love it. I would have put that as another one of the favorite kills, but again, it was off screen, and him getting slashed across the throat with the corkscrew, it kind of didn't make sense to me. What'd you think of the movie?
I liked it. I've always been, a casual fan of it. I don't know. It's very mediocre film for me. It was great seeing, Jamie Lee Curtis again. We are also introduced to Josh Hartnett for the first time in film. He does a good job, being a young teen. He plays the role well. It's just, I don't know. I kind of felt bored this time watching it. I don't know. None of the kills really fascinated me, or I don't know. I just was not really interested in the film this time around. So there's just a few things I think that are really missing. There's not in each Halloween film, there's usually the atmosphere of like, oh, it's fall, it's Halloween. The opening scene to the film definitely felt like Halloween. It's just when we move to California, that atmosphere goes away. It just feels like, again, like a Scream film or a generic slasher film. It doesn't feel like Halloween.
Huh. I actually gotta disagree with you on that. Even on my third or fourth viewing this time, I actually liked it more. I liked the references from Halloween 2, like the Mr. Sandman song, that one nurse scene, we have... if the mask was okay. The eyes were a little wider than usual, if you notice.
And then, of course, there's that horrible CGI mask in one scene. Like, you saw that, right?
I don't remember seeing a CGI mask.
Yeah, I'll include a screen capture of it in the video review when we... Yeah, folks, you'll see it. I'll have it posted up here, but yeah.
But seriously, I did like this movie, and I kinda already knew what was gonna happen at the end. I mean, you could literally tell by the eyes of the Michael Myers imposter that it couldn't be him. He had a way different eye color. It was a little too obvious that it couldn't be Michael Myers. But surprisingly, he took it a lot more like Michael Myers would have done in that situation. And I doubt Michael Myers would have actually reached out his hand. He would have actually tried pushing the log off more. So it was basically a huge hint that it wasn't going to be Michael Myers. It was going to be an imposter. But, um, yeah, I liked the movie. I liked it on the second viewing, the fourth viewing, the third viewing. I actually did like this movie. I'd give it a higher rating than 6, obviously.
Yeah, you give it a 6?
No, I'd give it a higher rating than the 6th movie.
Oh.
I mean, it might just be because it was closer to my era of the Scream movies, all that. Just, I don't know, it might just be nostalgia hitting me, but this was a really good movie. I mean, we bring back the Laurie Strode story. I do miss Jamie Lloyd a lot, but I feel kind of I have to look this up again. I forget his name. His name is so hard to remember. John Tate. I do feel he did good. The actor did good to this role, and just that stare down between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers in that one scene as he's trying to get into the house. It's just, I am not afraid of you anymore, Michael. Just, I don't know. I'd give this at least an 8.6.
Wow. Well, it's time for me to be the guy that the tough guy or whatever. Man, my brain is not working today. Wow. Yeah, for me, I'd have to give it like a 5. Oh. But yeah, so you gave it an 8.5, and I will give it a 5.5.
I am sorry for you, but no offense, but I may, on the list, I may just go for my ranking. But on a lighter note, don't, again, this was a great movie. Don't forget, we may be doing, we technically won't be doing The Nun this week because I spent most of my money on HorrorCon on Saturday, which we will be having a montage of the videos and the pictures from said trip to HorrorCon in Atlantic City, the showboat. We will be doing Demons this week.
Oh
yeah. It's because Cameron asked me to. Next week we will be doing Halloween Resurrection, which surprisingly, I'm pretty sure Cameron said before that he will be defending it. I kinda will be too, but also I do see there were bad parts in it. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and Cameron, any words?
Just buckle up. We got a lot of adventures ahead of us. Yeah, we'll see everybody in a few days with the Paranormal Club.
Right. So we'll leave you off with the montage. Good night. Goodbye.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body